Well, here we go. Welcome into another edition of the KATcast. It's Kevin Hilley,
Erin Hart,
Rob Rose,
and Sean Connery. No. I'm just kidding. Jordan J.
Wow, we got the celebs on this one.
Hey, it's the hunt for the Red October.
Erin is a little hairier today during the podcast.
Yeah,
just a touch.
Yeah, just a smidge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to tell us why?
Got a new kid that we added to the crew over the weekend.
Super adorable, by the way.
And by kid, she means German Shepherd.
Yes. Yes.
Cuteness overload.
8-week-old puppy, and we are already thinking, what have we done? We forgot how much work a puppy is.
Oh,
what
yeah.
a horrible decision have we made?
Yeah.
A lot of chewing through cables.
Not yet.
so much. Not yet?
Not yet.
Just wait for that.
He did attempt to go after the vacuum cleaner, but as soon as I turned it on, he was like, no sale. So I kind of hope that we
That
broke
might
him.
change, though. That might change.
I kind of hope that he is broken of that.
I need you to know that my wife saw your post, and she was like, well, all right, it's official. Aaron got his dog, now it's us. It's our turn now. I was like, you've been trying to get a dog.
See what you started.
I just never home enough to have. I feel like the puppy. If I had a puppy, it'd be neglected. Just because we're always doing things with the kids.
Well,
and
that's
school and
just
everything.
it. The husband and I were working opposite shifts, and we're trying hard to figure out how we're gonna do this. And he's always on to me about, you're working 12 and 14 and 16-hour days. That's going to stop now because,
an ultimatum.
Well, hey, you know what?
Hey.
He's right, though.
Yeah.
I'm
But
exhausted
now there's
all the
a
time.
living creature that needs to be taken
Exactly,
care of.
exactly.
Now you have an excuse.
See, people don't realize, that's the thing. I mean, people know you have to take care of a pet, especially a dog, and we're talking in the context of a dog here.
Right.
You have to take care of a dog. And it's not the same as a child, obviously. But dogs require a lot of attention, especially one as young as you have.
So,
what is it, 8 weeks old?
8 weeks old, so
Yeah.
2 months old. So as far as potty training, right now your puppy can hold its bladder for 2 hours as many months as it is old. So
it's 2 months old.
he's 2 months old, so he can hold it for 2 hours.
Good for
so
2
we're
hours.
supposed to be taking him out every 2 hours right now.
So if somebody's
then
not
it'll
home
race
for
to
2
3
hours,
hours.
you got problems.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, it's going to be a lot of me leaving work to go let the puppy out and bring, so on and so forth.
Honest truth be told, I have that same issue here at work every 2 hours.
No, we know.
I'm just saying. But Erin is here, fortunately, to let me out.
Just stop doing it on the walls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the company's complaining.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
And he's constantly underfoot, and he's constantly whining, and we don't know why he's whining. He's been fed.
What about the
gone
dog?
Out and yeah, it's just to
But
say
he's so
I'm exhausted,
cute.
and it's only day 3 is an understatement.
He's so cute. Oh.
Aaron just ignores me and just keeps talking.
Hey man, I'm just trying to survive over here at this point.
I get you.
How much sleep did you get last night?
About 3 hours.
Oh, wow. Okay. How about that?
Yeah, not consecutively,
And,
but
not quality either.
no.
3 hours. Oof.
Yeah,
It's like bringing home a new baby.
Yeah, I was going to say. It
Pretty
sounds
much.
familiar.
exactly.
Well, not only that, Erin was telling me the story. The dog has made its way into her bed.
Aha.
The
Yes.
cuddles.
Yes.
What's Gemma feel about that, though?
Okay, so Gemma likes him in small doses.
Okay, yeah.
She likes to play about 15 minutes of playtime. Then after that, she's just kind of like, nope. She'll get up and she'll go and run and jump on the bed or the couch. Give him probably by the weekend, and he'll have mastered the couch.
Yes, yeah.
Can't quite make it now. He's about a half inch too short to make it up there. I would give him by this weekend because he's really given it the old college try so far. But the bed is way, way higher. So that's kind of like her sanctuary. When she's had enough, she just kind of puts her paw on his forehead and pushes him away to give herself like a head
right.
start.
That's
and then
right.
she jumps up on the bed, and that's it.
Dogs, one of the greatest dogs I ever had, his name was Toby. He was a shepherd mix. He had gone back to the shelter 2 or 3 times before we finally got him. Okay, he was 6 months old, so that's like a lot for a 6-month-old.
That is.
So we got him. He was crazy as all get out, strong as all get out, but he was the most loving dog you ever saw. Here's the thing that we came to. The first Christmas, my wife and I, we weren't even married yet. The first Christmas that we enjoyed together, we had left him home alone in the apartment.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. And with a Christmas tree up.
Oh, boy.
We come home, Christmas tree on the ground. him happily dancing around, wagging his tail, and giant Toby poops all over the living room. Merry freaking Christmas. That was, but boy, did we love that dog.
Well, I was Googling yesterday morning because, it's the weekend and I can't sleep past like 5 o'clock. And so I'm sitting there in the kitchen and I'm Googling all these things, like, oh, puppies need 20 hours of sleep. And I'm looking at him because he's just like a hot mess in my lap, gnawing on things. And I'm just like, why aren't you sleeping more?
Why aren't you sleeping?
Tell me how I can make you sleep more.
I feel like that has to be false. There's no way because
That
I've never.
doesn't sound real to me either.
That sounds like it's like maybe they meant babies.
I mean, infants will sleep. Like,
little babies
a
do,
3-week-old infant might sleep 20 hours.
Well, I mean, he'll be like all over the place, and then like he'll crash, just flat out crash out where he is for like 15 minutes, and that's it.
Right.
See, I
and
think
that
that's
happens
more
every couple hours.
Yeah, I feel like they get these like the zoomies, and then they're tired for a while, and then like they probably are active most.
And
of the
Erin
day,
looks at him in fear, like, oh, he's recharging. He's recharging.
It's happening. This morning, I took him out to potty after I fed him, and it's breezy. It was like 60 degrees this morning. It was nice. He just walked over and just flopped in the yard, just laid there, and I'm like, no, this is not.
Oh.
We do not have time.
If you would do this
for
in the house,
yeah,
oh,
we
it'd
do
be
not
awesome.
have time for this now. It's like, no, you gotta go potty. You gotta go potty. And the husband, he doesn't do like funny voices, like we'll do imitations and dumb voices,
Right.
and so I'll do that to him. He does like that full German Shepherd tilt, like
Like looking,
like his neck's double jointed or something.
yeah.
I take great pleasure in that because I'll be like, ooh, the pretty boy.
What kind of dog do you have, Rob?
I have 3.
I've seen. Well, no, the little one. You got a little.
Yeah, so I have a Chihuahua,
The Chihuahua. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Chica. That's
But
the one in my
all your
staff
dogs
picture.
are good, aren't they?
They are.
You've had them for a while now.
I got a Pomsu, and then we have the big one, Reagan, that is a cattle dog pit mix.
Now let me ask you: is the pit mix the alpha of the dogs?
No,
I
the
bet
Pomsu
Chihuahua
is.
Oh, I was
The
gonna say
Pomsu
Chihuahua.
Really?
I was gonna say the Chihuahua, but
Yeah, small dogs, I guess, tend
Yeah,
to
they have. Listen,
take
He's got that
charge.
little
small
Hitler
dogs
complex going on.
They have
Yes.
big personalities. Small dogs do.
They
Well,
do.
and that's the other thing. Dogs have really no sense of size. That's why you'll
No,
have
they
like
don't.
a Saint Bernard will think it's a lap dog.
yeah. Ask me how I know. I mean, Gemma's not a Saint Bernard. She's an Anatolian Shepherd,
Right.
Great Pyrenees mix, and she'll still try to get up in our lap, and she'll come and she likes to sit on. And the puppy does this too. They'll sit on your foot and then lean,
Right.
and she'll about knock you over.
Gemma's a teddy bear. She's just so
Oh,
cute.
she's
So
I mean,
much fur.
when we came back from the Marconis and we all went in Erin's house for a minute to drop her off and take care of some stuff, and there's Gemma. And I was like, hello. Like, she's not, to me, maybe it's because she kind of knows us or she knows we're not a threat. She's not intimidating, but I would imagine somebody she doesn't know or
If she
sees as a
doesn't-
threat.
If she doesn't know you, she's very intimidating. And she's kind of standoffish, but she knows all of our voices because we leave the radio on for her.
Oh, nice, perfect.
Well, hello, Gemma. How are you?
Yeah.
This
so,
is your Uncle Kevin.
so ever since she was a baby, we've left the radio on. It's background noise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's no background noise now. Wow.
Got
Except for
Awkward
Hilley
silence.
eating his soup.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I'm
you hear
having-
him
What is wrong
chewing
with
your
you?
I'm
salt
having my
soup.
salt
Nobody
soup.
wants to hear that.
He's slurping it.
Nobody wants to hear that.
Salt soup. Sounds yummy.
It's my Marushan.
Did you see? Hey, did you see in the news that they're gonna make like ones that you can just straight? You don't have to put hot water anymore. You can just put cold water, microwave it.
Well, I avoid the microwave completely because I just use our hot
Oh yeah,
tap
because
that we
last
have here.
time you used the microwave, you burnt the noodles. It smelled like ramen for 4 months.
Oh no, it smelled like burnt.
I nearly blew
Burnt
up the building. Yeah,
disgustingness.
yeah.
It was bad.
The aroma lasted for weeks. It was.
It like baked into the walls.
It was awful. And every time you'd open
The microwave.
it would just waft back out. There was,
You're like, oh, just in case you forgot what the smell of burnt ramen is, here you go again.
and it's like, oh yeah, Hilley and Hart, they're back together. Just kidding. We let Hilley go.
And our building up in Columbia, they have a whole hallway full of boxes of ramen, and I'm like, keep Hilley away from
Yes,
me.
yes, please. Do not give him those.
Wait a minute, they're getting free ramen?
Yeah, they were giving it out at a parade or something.
Oh, yeah.
Why aren't we in on that deal, man?
Yeah.
Okay, we need to make something happen here with that one. Hey, speaking of dogs, I was going to tell you, of course, I have my Hamlet. He's the Min Pin.
Yes, I'm very familiar with Hamlet. He's the one that hosed
he
down
went
my
on
ankle.
your leg?
Oh, yeah. You don't know that story?
I don't know that story.
That was prior to your arrival.
A couple of Octobers ago, we had an open house at our house when we first had bought our house. And we just invited people over. And we're out in our deck. And Hamlet, and he knows Erin.
Forever.
From the time like he was a puppy, and he's like 11 years old now, but so he was like 9 years old then or whatever. He walks up to her, and while she's sitting there at the table, he just lifts his leg right on her leg and whizzes. And she's like, what did you say your reaction was?
Well, at first I was like, I feel something warm. What is going on? I looked down and I'm like, oh, come on.
Son of a.
Yeah. And, of course I'm wearing like leather shoes. Yeah. Well, those had to be thrown out.
But
come on.
You should know that was a compliment. He was.
He's trying to sugarcoat
showing
it.
He was showing. He doesn't do that to everybody.
Oh, I'm so lucky.
He was showing his affection to you. And he's like, he felt comfortable doing that with you.
Well, we all took our little cat country boat ride, as the husband calls it.
Yeah.
He was like, hey, he goes, is Kevin's dog going? And I go, no, I don't think any pets are going or kids. I said, it's just us adults. And he goes, oh, cool. He goes, so I don't have to like grab galoshes on the way out for you.
Well, I'll tell you what happened last night. We're sitting there watching TV, and Hamlet is up on a pillow.
Did he whiz on somebody else?
No.
Okay.
He's up on a pillow on the sofa. And Roxy, who is our Jack Russell Terrier, and she I don't know how many homes she's had, but, we adopted her last year, I guess, or a little over a year, whatever it was. But she's got all kinds of health things going on. But anyway, she's a sweet thing, except all of a sudden I see her behind the table, and I like, there's an alarm went off in my head. Oh, no, she's going to, and all of a sudden she squats right there, right in front of me, pees on the rug, that little circle.
If they get in front of you and they just stare at you, they're not staring at you in adoration. They usually have to go outside.
Yeah. Well, she finally,
So she was trying to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
I picked her up, like, darn! I put her out on the deck. I go, and although she does like, we have like a lot of leaves on our deck right now. She likes that because she doesn't even have to run down to the yard. She just pees right on the leaves. She likes that because
She's giving him her own.
Isn't that what you all do too?
We do. I have to admit, going to the bathroom outside is a big thing with our family.
On the
deck. Right off the deck, man.
Growing up, I had a Chihuahua. Funny enough, her name was Sadie, and she would never tell you either when she had to go to the bathroom. She would just sit down and like stare at a hole in the back of your head until you'd like acknowledge, do you need to go potty? Then she'd run to the door, but it would get real eerily quiet, and she'd be sitting there staring at you so long her eyes be watering, can't even keep them open anymore. I'm like, do you need to go potty? And then
this is my sign. This is my sign.
So I was telling Kevin about what Gemma does, and it used to be a sign for I have to go out, but now it's just a sign of I just want to go out, period.
Yeah.
And she will rub herself all against the back of our love seat.
Yeah.
So, if you can't quite see her, you'll see the love seat moving. And, if you do see her, you see she goes back and forth, and then she does this thing where it's almost like she's twerking because she rubs.
That is one talented dog.
Her back, and I'm like, do you want to go outside? And she'll stop, and she looks, and those ears perk up, and I'm like, just go. You don't have to make a big production.
Do you realize
about it.
if she's listening to this right now, she heard you say that?
Oh yeah, and now she's standing at the back door.
So my sister has a dachshund. His name's Leo, and he does somersaults. It's the crazy. So what he does, what he does is he chases his tail, but he ends up getting a hold of his tail, and then he doesn't let go, and he just starts doing somersaults. That sounds like across the floor.
That sounds like something out of America's Got Talent.
I know,
no kidding. That's incredible.
So
Dogs are
Leo
cute.
was going to be the new puppy's name.
Really?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is a story in itself. Yes.
So the husband originally wanted Magnus, and I'm like, oh, come on.
I'm Magnus.
Like, I just envisioned some old European guy in his convertible with like a supermodel. You know what I mean? Like he's that guy. You know?
Hi, Magnus.
You know? Yeah. Magnus has a few bucks. And not the best hygiene, but he has money, so he can get the chicks. Yeah. That's what I envision when I hear that name. Okay, so I'm like, oh, it doesn't have to be. So we went down like this whole list of potential names, and finally we agreed on Leo. Until he found out that his buddy has a dog named Leo.
Too.
And he's like, well, I can't be a copycat. I go, well, that dog doesn't live here.
Exactly.
Who cares?
Yeah.
But he was like, no. And I was like, well, how about Bert? And he's like, no, I don't want Bert. I go, Steve? No. And I'm like, gosh, I like a human
You
name.
like human names.
I do, because it's funny.
Yeah.
And no, so now it's back to Magnus. And I'm like, well, can I call him Mags? And he's like, no.
You guys blew it because you should have named him Ask 'em. You know why?
Why?
So that when people come over and go, hey, Erin, what's your dog's name? You can go, Ask 'em.
Yeah. Yeah. See, that would work.
I did tell Erin.
They'd be like, what?
I gave Erin a brief lesson in Armenian a number of months back because my mom's side of the family is Armenian.
Yeah,
and
you can find that video on our Facebook page.
It is. I gave her certain words and phrases to say, and this was one I did not include. I wish I had. It's a good thing you did not name him Bert because that's the Armenian name word for fart. A Bert. Oh, he did a Bert.
Well, you know what? We should have named Gemma that then, because she'll sit right next to you on the couch, and then you'll hear this. And it's like, man, I'm sitting right here.
Well, plus, Hilley, I just have to question that because your expertise in foreign languages.
No.
That is true.
We've been
This
down
is
this
something
road
I grew
before.
up with, though. This is different,
But,
okay?
I mean, that is true. So
Kevin will always be my papa at any restaurant we go to.
That's right.
Like, yes.
That's tu papa?
The check goes to
Tu
him.
papa?
Yes.
yes.
See, no, from now on, I just keep my mouth closed. I ain't saying nothing. That was a story for another time. You listen to one of our previous podcasts, and you'll hear the Mexican restaurant story and the
yes.
bill,
Yes.
the check.
Well, no purchase necessary to listen to these podcasts.
Absolutely.
They're available whenever you want them.
Exactly. All you need to do is go 943kat.com. Are we on the app, by the way, too?
We are.
Oh, right. I wasn't sure. You are the keeper of the app.
Yes.
That's right.
So,
And it is there.
Yes, all praise goes to Rob, by the way. That app looks fantastic.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that is
Yeah.
all-
Well, thank
that is
you.
all thanks to Mr. Rob Rose.
speech. No, I was only
Appreciate
kidding.
that.
Or of course, on our Facebook page as well. And I guess
Yes.
eventually, as they like to say in podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts, eventually that will happen too.
Yeah.
So, but there you go. But if you ever want to let us know what you're thinking, or you got a topic or something you want us to talk about, we'd be happy to. Shoot us an email, catcountry, that's KAT country, at mailzimmer.com.
Especially if you have ideas on how I can quickly train Hilley. I meant Magnus.
I thought you already had trained Hilley.
No.
I just want you to know it's been about 2 hours, Erin.
Yeah.
Hilley is a beast that will never be tamed.
Exactly. Well, then let's wrap this up so I can take you out.
Thanks for tuning in to this edition of the KATcast with 94.3 Cat Country.